All right, shalom, shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites, all right, out here to prophesy the downfall of this final wicked society, as well as to bear the lost sheep of the house of Israel until the marriage of Yahweh Shah. All right, so first off, what I want to do is give all praises to the Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son. All right, so we'll face the east. Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rechaha Kadash. All right, that is all praises to the Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son, who this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, as well as to the Holy Spirit, which leads us into all wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right, I'd like to give double honors unto the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone, those who rule well and who I learned this truth from, and salutations unto you brothers, stiffly pushing this one truth. All right. Now, like I said, man, we the Hebrew Israelites, and I'm out here once more, all right, to prophesy the downfall of this final wicked society, as well as to bear the lost sheep, all right, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, until the marriage of Yahweh Shah. All right, and as you can see in this camp, what I want to go into, all right, is the fact that as Jacob's trouble gets closer and closer, all right, this place is becoming a third world country. All right, as Jacob's trouble gets closer and closer, all right, we're going to see this place continue to turn into a third world country. All right, so I want to go into some prophecy, all right, some current events, all right, and so we're going to first go into some, just some news that's going on in the world, all right, and the first thing I want to start with is this triple demic, right? So we know we had the pandemic, all right, with C-19, all right, now they're warning of a triple demic, all right ahead of winter, okay? The coronavirus, right? Respiratory virus, and the flu, okay? And they're calling it the triple demic, all right? And because of that, all right, you have several different states, all right, across the country, all right, where certain schools are shut down, right? So you got certain schools shutting down, all right? And essentially they're trying to get a lot of hysteria around this triple demic, right? So that they can lock this place back down, right? They're speaking about how the masks will be beneficial again, all right? So we know, all right, that all these things, all right, that are mounting up ahead of this dark winter, all right, are being used, okay, so that they can take this shit into the next phase, right? So you had that triple demic, and like I said, you got certain schools in Kentucky, Tennessee, Kansas, right, are amongst a few of the states where these schools are shut back down, all right, because of the triple demic, all right? And what goes right along with that is the fact that you have thousands of nurses, all right, in America, in Europe, all right, that are going on strike, okay? I think you have the largest strike ever over here in America, in Minnesota, all right, not too long ago, all right? I believe it was like 15,000 nurses stepped out, right, went on strike, all right? And you got the same shit going on over there in Europe, okay? So what this is showing you, man, all right, that as these cases start to rise, right, they got all these different viruses, the triple demic, all right? Well, if we don't have no nurses, what they gonna do, right? They're gonna have to bring in the National Guard, okay? Bring in the National Guard, bring in the military, all right? And you had New York, all right, that was warning about that shit in 2021, right? Because you got a lot of nurses that didn't want to get the jab, right? A lot of people was quitting, all right? So they was warning, all right, that the National Guard was going to have to come in and run these different hospitals. See? And so as we get closer and closer to these times of martial law, all right, it makes sense that you have all these nurses going on strike, right? We got new viruses being released, okay? They got the zombie virus, all right? And all of these things, man, is hurling America, Europe, right? These first world countries into third world countries, right? So as Jacob's trouble gets closer and closer, man, we're going to continue to see this place collapse like never before, all right? Okay? All right, so let me grab that preset. All right, this is Second Ezra's. All right. 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And we'll start at verse 5. It says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Right? So when we go into these scriptures, man, all right, which is pretty much things that are going to happen in the future. All right. When we go into these prophecies, all right, we sound like the boy who cried wolf, right? The wolf is coming, right? Nobody took heed to the warnings, right? Nobody believed it, but guess what? The wolf finally did come, man. Okay, and that's how it's gonna be. Like Yahweh Shemiah Shah has it to where, all right, the prophets are constantly giving you warning, all right, standing on the watchtower, okay, warning the people, all right, but the people essentially have been dumbed down. You know, they're in a docile state, all right, and they don't take heed to the warnings, man. And that's why you have a lot of our people, all right, that are not going to make it, okay? Because instead of inquiring about how to receive salvation, right, how to be protected from these times of trouble that's coming, right, instead of inquiring about that, they walk on by, you know, they celebrate Thanksgiving, Christmas, right? Our people are focused on everything else, all right, but hearing about their true heritage, man, right? And what's the heritage of the Israelites? These commandments. All right, let's see if I can grab that. All right, the heritage of the Israelites, man, is this law that was given to us, right? This is Sirach. All right. Grab that. Sirach. Yeah, Sirach chapter 17 and verse 11. It says, beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage, right? So this law, these commandments promote life, right? Meaning what? Coming back to these commandments is what's going to get you saved and protected in these times of trouble, all right? It says he gave them the knowledge and the law of life for an heritage, right? So our people think their heritage is black culture, but in reality, as an Israelite, man, your heritage is keeping these commandments. Your inheritance, right? Your customs, all right? It's all centered around these scriptures. All right, let's grab a precept, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, because like I said, this is what's going to keep us safe, man, right? And I'm going to go into some more, some more crazy shit going on in the world, because you're going to need the Most High, man, in these times, right? All right, 2nd Ezra chapter 9, in verse 6, it says, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs, right? So, you know, as this world collapses and we see the end of this age, all right, what are we seeing? We're seeing all types of signs, right? Prophecies that was written before thousands of years ago coming to life now, right? War, famine, right? You got the volcano that's erupting in Hawaii, okay? The volcano's erupting, right? All these different things, man, these are signs and tokens, all right, to show you, all right, that a massive change is coming about on the planet Earth, all right? Verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed, right? It says, shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I've sanctified them for me from the beginning, right? So how are you going to be saved? It just told us, right? You're going to be saved by your faith, by your works and faith whereby you have believed, okay? Because faith without works is dead, right? Contrary to Christianity, you can't just say, I'm a believer, all right, and then not have the works to follow, right? You can't just say you're a believer and then not actually do the things that the believers will be doing, right? What would the believers be doing, all right? They'll be keeping the law, man, to the best of their ability, right? They'll be rehearsing the righteous acts, right? All right, let's grab that, all right? All right, this is Judges chapter 5 and 11. It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawn waters, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahweh, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel, then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gate, right? So you're not just going to be saved by keeping the law, right? We know the law is not going to save us, right? We know the keeping of the commandments is not going to save us, okay? We understand that we're under grace, all right? And that by rehearsing keeping the law, that's a sign of your works. That's showing the Most High you believe in him and you love him, right? What is love to the Most High? It's keeping his commandments, right? 1 John chapter 5 and 3, okay? So this is our token, right? This is us making our body a living sacrifice by doing what the Most High told us to do, man, all right? And so that's why this grace is so imperative, because if you take it for granted, you're just without excuse, right? If you take these times of liberty for granted as an Israelite, man, you are literally without excuse, you know, because we're not like the, you know, the wicked Pharisees trying to be seen of men, right? I got my fringes on, right? I got the border of blue, right? All of my garments are the same fabric, right? I keep the Sabbath perfectly every single week, right? This, that, there, and the third, right? I keep all 613 commandments. Nah, man, because it's impossible, all right? If we were able to do that, there'd be no need for the second covenant, right? So we're not able to do that, man, in this decrepit flesh, right? And that's all we need Yahweh Shah, all right, to deliver us, man. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and jump back to these dealing with this news. All right. All right, Salaki, give me one moment. All right. All right. Also want to touch on the fact that over here in America, all right, as this place continues to become a third world country, all right, over the last 2 weeks, all right, we've had several attacks, all right, on certain power grid substations, okay? Oregon, Washington, and North Carolina, all right, have all seen attacks on their power grid substations, all right? Now, whether or not it's an inside job, right, whether or not it's, you know, the people just fed up and they're ready to just go against the government, right? At the end of the day, we know that that's coming, all right? But what it's showing us, all right, is that this place is becoming a third world country, man, right? So you had North Carolina, all right, that had blackouts, all right, for a few days because of the attack on their power grid substation, right? And then you had attacks in Oregon, Washington. See? So what is this showing you, man, that these people obviously, you know, if it was done by the people, right, it could have been an inside job. But if it was the people, they're showing you that they're fed up. They're tired of the government, and essentially they have no regard, all right, for the authority over here, right? Let's grab that preset, right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, all right? 2nd Ezra 15. All right, in verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men," right? So essentially, if those attacks on those power grids over here in America, if that was done by the people, that's a seditious act, right? Just like the shit that happened on January 6th, right? That was a seditious act, right? It says, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another," right? It says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the courts of their actions shall stand in their power," right? So power to the people, all right? But it's not going to be a beautiful thing, man, because, you know, the people outnumber, you know, the government, all right, the military, all right? So as you got the Biden administration trying to take away these people gun rights, all right, these people are fed up, man. They fed up with the food prices, you know, the inflation, the recession, all right? And they want everything to get back to pre-2020 levels, right? But we know, all right, according to prophecy, that's not going to happen, all right? All right, it says, "They shall not regard their kings nor princes," man. And yeah, I think you had, a while back, you had, I forget who it was, man, but they put a hit out on one of these governors, right? I forget which governor it was, all right? But over here in the States, they put a hit out on one of these governors, either a governor or a mayor, all right? Salaki, I'm not sure which one, all right? But those are seditious acts, man, all right? You're going to see more and more of that shit as this place continues to turn into a third world country, all right? Which, speaking of which, you got Haiti, all right? Because their president was assassinated last year, all right? Haiti is being overrun by gangs, man. Gangs, militia groups, all right? To where they're saying that 60% of the capital area in Haiti, all right, is run by gangs. You see that? Like, imagine if that shit was over here in America, man. All right, that would be like Washington, D.C., right? 60% of Washington, D.C., all right, being controlled by gangs, militia groups, all right? And what they saying is that those different gangs over there in Haiti, all right, are killing people, raping women, right? Kidnapping people in broad daylight, right? Like, they're doing this shit during rush hour, right? They're not waiting till the sun go down, right? Let's wait in the cut. Let's lurk around with nobody watching. Nah, they doing this shit in broad daylight, man. See, straight up purge vibes, okay? Straight up purge vibes, man. So you got a lot of those Haitians, all right, those Levites, all right, they're dipping out, you know? They're trying to seek asylum over here in America, okay? But at the end of the day, all right, the Most High is showing you that, look, he is bringing these places down, man, these countries, right? All of these countries are being brought down, okay? Over there in China, those Moabites are going crazy over there, man. You know, I was watching videos, all right, you got those, the people fighting against the police beating the people down, the people beating up the, you know, what are those, the little nurses or whatever that got the hazmat looking suits on, right? Beating each other up, okay? Because they're tired of the COVID lockdown and the restrictions, right? Like, when you take a look at all four corners of the globe, all the four corners of the globe, all right, are on fire, man. You know, they're on fire, man, okay? Everybody fed up. And so, you know, through the spirit, all right, we was waiting for this shit to touch down in America, because once it touched down here, that's it. All right, this is, you know, the top kingdom, right? The top country that everybody looks to, all right? And when this place burns and everybody sees that, they know that this shit is through, all right? And that's what you're seeing, man. All right, all this sedition going on, okay? All right. Verse 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. So what's that sound like? Martial law, right? Like, you gotta be able to visualize these things, man, right? They're warning about a triple demic, okay, ahead of this dark, cold winter, right? Blackouts, neither conserve electricity, right? So what they're showing you, man, is that they're gonna release another virus, all right? They're gonna have it to where you're gonna have to go get jabbed up again, right? And it's gonna be a repeat of what happened in 2020, right? The nurses don't want to get jabbed, they'll get fired, right? The law enforcement don't want to get jabbed, they'll get fired, or they'll just step down. And so, as we see over the last couple years with that shit going on, all right, there's been a drastic decrease in you know, there's been a drastic decrease in what you call it, you know, important workers. All right, I forget the exact term, right? But everybody either getting laid off or they just leaving. You know, everybody getting laid off or leaving, man, because they fed up. So what they gonna do, all right, is roll in the National Guard. They're gonna have to bring in the military, man, right? And we know, according to prophecy, that this place is going to enter into a time, right, where no one's going to be working, right? It says the head or tail, right? Meaning the nigga that work at McDonald's, all right, to Esau, the CEO. Nobody gonna have a job. Nobody's gonna have that level of comfort to be able to make ends meet for their family, because, oh, which made me remember, man, December 13th is 3 days away, right? December 13th is 3 days away to where they want to convert this society from fiat currency into a digital currency, man. See, can't forget that they're currently actively piloting the digital dollar, right? So they want to shift society from a fiat currency to a digital currency. Understand, that's not going to go over easy, man, right? The people ain't going to take that shit lightly, right? You're going to have blackouts and shit. The bank's going to shut down, right? You have people fed up because when they go to the banks to withdraw their money, right, if it's a certain amount of money, right? You got the bank teller asking them what you need the money for, right? Why you want to withdraw this money? It don't matter, nigga, it's my money, right? And so people are fed up, man. You have to have bank runs, right? You had bank runs earlier in Canada, right? When they had a power outage, right? People was running to the banks. Got to get cash, right? Bank runs in China, right? And so bank runs are gonna come to America, man. Like, it's gonna be crazy, man, seeing the shift from this fiat currency when they they put the signs on the windows of these stores and shit. We're no longer accepting cash, no coins, right? You either gotta have, and we know it's gonna be gradual, so like they're gonna make you use your card, right? You might have to just tap your card or some shit, right? Use your phone. But what is it leading to? The Caragma, man, right? That's what all roads are leading to, right? Matter of fact, there was an article one of the brothers posted. I think it was somewhere in Europe, right? How they are literally commercializing children getting a brain chip, right? It was over there in Europe, man, where they're commercializing, right? Children getting a brain chip, man. See, so it's just so beautiful that, I mean, it clearly can't be too much longer, man, for they roll out that Caragma. Okay, so let me grab this, man, because we're in the times we're just in unprecedented times. All right. Okay, let me grab this in Book of Daniel. We're gonna grab it in Jeremiah chapter 30 first. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 30. We're gonna start at verse 5. It says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace." Like, when you look at Haiti, man, like, you can't imagine, like, the fact that, you know, a lot of those women are getting grabbed up, getting raped, broad daylight. Those Ukrainian women getting raped, broad daylight, right? Because why? Scriptures warn us of that, man. It tells you the women will be ravished, right? Tells you the men will get taken off the war, and their wives will be left, without a husband, right? Be left widows. See? And these are the times that we've been warning you that have grown upon the face of the earth, man, right? It says, "For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace." See that? It says, "Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness," right? Meaning what? People are scared shitless, okay? Because of the things that are coming on the earth, all right? These people are scared shitless, man. And when people get scared, that's when they make hasty decisions, right? People get scared to try to cope with that fear. They're making a rational, hasty decision, man, right? Like, I was meditating on my way down here to camp, that a lot of these Christians that know what the mark of the beast is, that are saying they're not going to take it, right? A lot of these Israelites that straddling the fence, right? That know what it is, but they don't really subscribe to it. Guess what? They're going to end up taking it, man, because they haven't been built up in the spirit, all right? And they haven't been built up in the spirit, man. Meaning that when you wake up, all right, and you can't go to the grocery store, right? You can't go and get food because we're in a famine, right? You might have to go a day without food, right? You might have to go 2 days without food. Guess what? That hunger is going to kick in, right? The emotions are going to flood in, and that's when people are going to make irrational decisions, man. All right, what's going to be the saving grace in these times of trouble and chaos and anarchy? It's going to be that Caragma, right? That's what Esau is going to present to you, man, right? As you see the digital shift, right? You see they're setting up the central bank digital currency, right? So that's solve relief in these times of trouble ahead, all right? Esau is going to try to give you that Caragma, man, and many people are going to consent to it, right? Many are going to consent. Let me hold this, all right? I want to grab this real quick, okay? Because a lot of these people that they don't actively understand what it is, understand why it's why the Caragma is the chip, right? They don't prophesy about it. They don't speak on it. they are pretty much telling their congregation that, when this device comes forth in the future, you can take it, right? There's nothing wrong with it. See, and that's essentially dooming them people to their death, man, right? That's why we out here to warn you not to take that damn microchip, all right? What I want to grab? All right, give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out what precept I want. Okay, yeah, 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols." All right, Salaki. All right, so really those things that's offered unto idols, man, all right, is anything that, they try to put inside your body, right? Matter of fact, eating swine's flesh, or swine's flesh, is a form of idolatry, man. Because back during the time of the Greeks, they were sacrificing a pig on our altar. See? And they were sacrificing that to their gods, man. Right? So eating swine's flesh is a form of idolatry, right? Getting a jab, right? Which a lot of people did. A lot of Israelites did it, right? That's a form of idolatry because scriptures tell us not to, to put anything inside our bodies like that, right? Leviticus 19 and 27, right? 28, okay? So we know as Israelites, we're not supposed to do that, okay? And you don't know what chemicals, all right, are in these damn, these jabs, all right? You don't know what's in these things, man, all right? So the main thing they're going to try to feed you with, all right, is going to be that charagma, okay? It says, "And feed you being idle with things offered unto idols," right? Why does it say being idle, right? What is idle? Meaning you're in a standstill, right? Not much going on, right? You're not out, moving around a lot. What does that sound like, man? It sounds like a lockdown, right? Where scriptures tell you, what's that? Ecclesiastes 12, I believe. The doors gonna be shut in the streets. Okay, the doors are gonna be shut in the streets. People ain't gonna be drinking wine and strong drink to have a good time, right? Yeah, that sounds like a lockdown, man. All right. It says, "And feed you being idle with things offered unto idols." It says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot." Okay. So a lot of people are going to consent, meaning what? You're going to agree to it. All right. Just like a lot of people agreed to take the jab because they didn't want to lose their job, right? They didn't want to lose their position in this life, right? They didn't want to, miss out on the American dream, right? They didn't want to miss out on being able to go to college, right? And so a lot of people consented. And so the main thing they're going to try to get you to consent to in these days ahead, all right, in this digital society ahead, man, it's going to be that charagma. And many people going to do it. They're going to make it enticing, right? They're going to, through the Spirit, I believe, because they talked about it, right? They're going to make it to where you can get universal basic income, right? So every month, they may have it to where you get a certain amount of digital currencies every month, right? They're actually piloting that in San Francisco, man, right, with the Alphabet community, okay? Certain people of the Alphabet community, all right, are getting $1,200 of universal basic income a month, all right? They ain't got to do shit. They ain't got to work. They just got to go pretty much consent. They got to, be a part of the Alphabet community and fill in fit certain requirements, right? So we know that the way Esau works, all right, he sets snares for the people, all right? Esau sets traps, man, all right? And that's going to be one of those traps, right? You get a certain amount of money each month, 1,200 currencies, you ain't got to work, you ain't got to do shit, right? As long as you be a good slave, right? You don't speak out, you keep your mouth closed, all right, we're gonna keep that money coming for you. And a lot of people are gonna do it, man, because again, understand and visualize that these are gonna be the times of all out anarchy and hell on this earth, man, right? San Francisco got the RoboCops now, right? Little robots that's gonna be able to kill people, right? You know, the Purge in Chicago, and Chicago is not gonna be the only state, right? Where they're gonna be releasing all these deranged and crazy individuals, right? So what's going on in Haiti with the gangs, militia groups, taking over cities and towns, right? Putting the power in their hands, that's coming here, okay? Those things are coming here, man, all right? And this is what we're warning the people about, right? Like that sabotaging, or not well, I guess it was an act of sabotage. Those power grid substations, all right? Those things are showing you, man, that these people, all right, they're about to lose it, all right? These people are about to lose it, man, okay? All right, and that's what's turning this place into a third world country, right? And the closer we get, the more crazy shit we're gonna keep hearing, man, right? All right, also want to mention the fact that as you got a lot of those Levites, the Haitians, all right, seeking asylum in America, a lot of them, by the thousands, are coming into to America, man, right? We know a lot of Issacharites, right, so-called Mexicans, right, quote-unquote illegal immigrants are flooding the border of Texas, coming into America. And because of this mass influx in immigrants, understand that Esau, they have an operation, all right, a plan to where they're going to detain, all right, a lot of those immigrants and put them in FEMA camps. All right, you can look this up. All right, it's called Operation Cable Splicer, right? Operation Cable Splicer goes into how they can detain those immigrants in the case of a mass exodus, right? So you have a mass exodus taking place in Haiti, right? You've been having a lot of Issacharites coming to America, right? And so because of these things, these devils real soon, all right, they're gonna open up them those detention centers, man, those concentration camps, all right? And they're not just gonna be for the immigrants, they're gonna be for anybody who opposes this NWO, right? Because another one of their operations is called what's called Rex 84, right? Rex 84, which the government, all right, can detain citizens in case of a national emergency, right? So it don't take much for them to declare a national emergency, right? And in the case of a national emergency, right, like C-19 was a national emergency, right? They could have threw people in detention centers then, right? Which, matter of fact, they did that in China, right? Then they don't call them, might not necessarily have called them FEMA camps or concentration camps. They might call them a rehabilitation center, right? But where they round up, all right, hundreds and thousands of people, right, and throw them in these concentration centers, man, all right? And they have laws, operations in place to do these things, right? We don't just be making this shit up, okay? Esau, they're going to use their tactics, man, right? And the main thing they're going to use it for is going to be for the those who oppose that charagma, right? Just like we seen a glimpse, right? People who didn't want to take the jab, all right, like I said, in China, they might have thrown them in a rehab center, okay? If these hospitals got overran, what would they do? They will open up those camps and throw people there. See, so the triple demic is just gonna cause these hospitals to get overran. You got a lot of nurses that's left. All these things, man, showing you that this state of martial law, lockdown, right, order, martial law is coming. Okay, it's coming quick, right? All right, it's coming quick, man. So yeah, that's pretty much the point, man. That's pretty much the point. All right, let me see if I wanted to grab anything else. Oh yeah, I wanted to grab that in Daniel. I gotta go back to Jeremiah. Salaki. We all over the place sometimes, man. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 30. In verse 7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And we already went over earlier in the lesson who gonna be saved out of these times, right? Those who are rehearsing the righteous acts, right? Those who had the faith in Yahweh Shema Shah, all right, and who have works they have works to substantiate that faith, right? It says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So Jacob's trouble is synonymous with a third world country. Because when you go through the prophecies in the scriptures about the things that will play out, some of the things, right, that will play out during these times of sheer hell, right, that is a third world country, man, right? Nobody working, right? War, people, men getting taken off the war, women getting grabbed up and raped, right? You know, people breaking into other people's houses, stealing their shit, people putting people to death, right? All these things, man, that's the signs of a third world country, right? So let me grab that in Daniel 12 and I'm gonna close out. All right. All right, this is book of Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, right? The 7 archangels, right? One of the 7 archangels, man. All right, he's the great prince. He's going to stand for the children of Israel, all right? The elect. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in a book. So that's why we need this collapse, right? We need this collapse of the dollar. We need the collapse of this society because it literally signals our salvation, right? It signals our deliverance. So the worse things get out here, the better they get for us, right? The worse things get for everybody else, the better they get for us, man. And Lord willing, we're the elect, right? Lord willing, we're the elect, man. But with that, I want to say, Kwam Yasharallah, all right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashim Rechah HaKadash, DTA Wa Ba Ba Ba, Shalom.